talk to you about cooking in the RV. That's one of the most common questions that we get. Today I'm going to show you what we cook in our RV. The seasons are changing. The scorching weather is leaving and fall is coming to us. And I'll be the first one to admit to you that I'm super basic. So basic. Extra basic. I'm all the basic. Basically, I'm basic. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about pumpkins. I've got leaves around here. I've got pumpkins around here. It's fall. So get ready, because we're gonna talk about fall recipes. When I'm just thinking, I come up with a lot of ideas, but then once it starts recording, I'm like, oh. Okay, so these are RV meals that we would cook in our RV. You don't have to just live in an RV to cook these. These are definitely gonna be super tasty at home or in an RV. But if you live in an RV, we got you covered. I'm going to be using just what we have right here in our pretty little RV so that you can have these recipes and follow along with these recipes and you will have all the tools that you need. We're gonna make spaghetti squash spaghetti today. It's the holidays. Okay, maybe it's not the holidays yet, but it's the holidays, you guys! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! So as I'm going through these recipes, you might think something like, almond flour? Almond milk? Okay, I get it. Yeah, I have food allergies. I'm allergic to everything, including oxygen. Not really, but it feels like it. That meme where they're eating like air off of a plate. Hi, that's my life. Anyhow, you can sub in milk, real butter, crackers, flour. I have food allergies, so whatever you would like to sub with real people food, it's great. Is there wine? This is good. Okay, so grab your favorite fall sipping drink, sit back, because we're gonna talk about fall recipes. Spaghetti squash and meatballs. This is one of my favorite things to make. My boys love it. It's great for someone who just wants to eat healthy or just tasty. The spaghetti squash grates and cooks like spaghetti, so it looks like noodles. It's not noodles, obviously, it's squash. But it tastes fantastic in any kind of dish that you want to put it into sub for pasta because it takes on the flavor of whatever the dish is. Here are the ingredients you're going to be using for spaghetti squash. Ground turkey, olive oil, some marinara, yellow onion, oregano, and basil, rosemary, black pepper, sea salt, need a couple of eggs, roma tomatoes, spaghetti squash, and almond flour. Okay, it's time to start prepping. So we're gonna do a super speedy, get ready, prep version of this recipe. First, you open the jar. Ooh. Well, don't record this. Oh my gosh. Why? Hand strength has never been on my resume. This is not. Voila! That was gonna be really embarrassing if it didn't open. It's time to make our seasoning for the meatballs and for the sauce. You're gonna take your rosemary, oregano, basil, garlic, onion, salt, and pepper, and you're gonna blend it all together in whatever kind of food processor or little blender or Ninja you might use. Okay, so when you cut open those spaghetti squash, you're gonna notice they look a lot like a pumpkin. It's time to scrape it out. There are two schools of thought actually. You can cook then scrape, or scrape then cook. I'm a scrape and cook kind of girl just because I don't really like finding a lot of these in my spaghetti, and I feel like you get more of those when you don't scrape first. So you're just gonna take your spoon and scrape down. You don't want to scrape too deep because that right there is what's going to turn into your noodle base. And once you're finished scraping it out, it should look something like this. That's pretty good. That's a good enough scrape. All right. Okay, you've got your squash all scraped out. Now it's time to season it. Okay, so we're going to take our olive oil. You're just going to drizzle olive oil on it and then just take some salt. Sprinkle salt and pepper. It's good pepper. Does it look like I've been crying?
Not at all.
Okay. Ooh, I feel it coming. Oh my goodness. Not today. Not today, Pepper. Not today. Okay, you've got your squash seasoned, but before you put it in the oven, make sure to turn them over to keep the tops protected. You're just gonna turn them over like this. and pop them in the oven. I like to add my own tomatoes to the sauce because it gives it a more homemade feel and taste to it. So I'm gonna add those into the sauce. I have not started cooking yet. And I'm going to add in just a little bit of the seasoning that we ground up earlier. Got moisture to it because of the garlic juices, and you're just gonna sprinkle it in and stir it in pretty generously. Remember, with fresh herbs, you wanna add more. Stir it in and cook. Okay, so I've already put the 2 eggs in. I've started to put the seasoning in. I'm just gonna empty the rest of this into the meatballs. I'm gonna use a little bit more salt. I like to salt the meat a little bit more just to give it some good flavor. And I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna add in the almond flour. I like to just give it a few good handfuls. I'm using almond flour, but this is the stage where you can use crackers, croutons, take your pick. All right, once you get them in, squish it up and roll them into balls. It's time. Turn the oven on. Time to get our spaghetti squash in.
It doesn't fit.
Time to get our spaghetti squash in. Okay, so we've got our meatballs going here in the skillet. Now, I like to do these in the oven, but when you're doing something in an RV that requires oven use for more than one thing, you think, how else can I cook the other thing? So I've got my sauce on the stove, and I'm just gonna stir it.
Really fast.
When you're cooking, you probably don't want to cook all of the meals at the same time because you get some steam going on in here and then it sets off the alarm. So we have the fan on to keep the alarm from going off, and we've got the generator to keep our air conditioner on because we're not plugged in. So it's kind of loud in here. So if you hear me and you think I'm yelling, I kind of am a little bit. Just a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see if they're finished. Oh yeah, look at that. That's how they should look when they're finished. Just nice and wide in the middle. Now, I needed the stovetop space, so normally I would still have this marinara sauce on the stovetop, but you're gonna add the meatballs into the marinara sauce, stir it around and let the meat take on the flavor, and then that part's done. I think our spaghetti squash should be finished now. I'm just gonna take it out of here, take a look at it. Oh yeah, that looks good. The test is a fork test. You want to make sure that it's fork tender, and what I mean by that is, does the fork go through easily? And it does. And it does. Yep, this is ready. Okay, so this is the last step of your spaghetti. You're gonna pick up the squash. Notice I'm using a napkin. 1, it gets kind of greasy, and 2, it's hot. Here it is. Looking like a bunch of squash noodles. Scoodles. This on a plate with meatballs and your spaghetti sauce is delicious. I really hope that you enjoyed all of my tips. I hope that you enjoy these fall favorites of ours. I really hope that you enjoy a little sip while you cook, but be responsible, careful in the kitchen where there are sharp things and hot things and probably children. But I hope that you learned that you can still cook a full meal inside an RV. Now, do you have time? Not all the time, but this is for those special times. This is what fall's about, that comfort food, a glass of wine, a little chill in the air. I hope you enjoy, and please look down in the descriptions for the recipes. If you really liked this video and you want to see more recipes, either from myself or from Nick, please let us know in the comments, plus what you'd like us to cook. Also, if you really enjoy our content, please subscribe and hit the like button, and make sure to comment and tell us what you liked about it, and go find us on Instagram because we're out on a new adventure every day.